now I'm going to show you how to rig up the shock cord which holds the trapeze down once you have the mast up and the trapeze on. What I've got here is a piece of shock cord. The thickness is up to you. The thicker it is, the more tension there'll be on the trapeze when the crew's trapezing. It's got a bowline in the end which we'll use to attach to the trapeze once we've got it rigged. Okay, so we've got a long piece of shock cord here. Again, trim the length to whichever you find suitable. And we'll take the end without the shock cord on and put it through the eyelet here to the front of the cockpit. Pull it all through. And what you'll see here is that once you've got the trapeze rigged up, that will attach to the bottom of the trapeze. So you pass the shock cord underneath the jib track, or underneath the car on the jib track, through the eyelet. There we go, like that. And all the way to the block on the very front of the boat. Doesn't matter whether you go through the top one or the bottom one at this point, just pull it all the way through. And there we have one side rigged up. Okay, once on the other side, just do exactly the same as you did the first time. Go back down the boat, through the big eyelet, pull the slack through, under the jib traveller, and up through the hole. And then tie yourself a nice bowline in the end. It's quite difficult tying bowline in shock cord, so I pull the slack through, and then just either get someone to hold on to it, or I jam it in there. Just jam it in the spinnaker cleat. So now I've got lots to play with, a lot of tension in there. I can tie myself a nice bowline with lots of slack. Just tie a bowline in here. It's not the easiest stuff to tie knots into shock cord because it keeps wanting to come undone. So when you tie your bowline, make sure you take all three ends at the top and one end at the bottom and pull all three of them really tight, individually and together. And then once you've got a little spare end, you can cut that down, and there you have your trapeze bungee. See, this one's a bit slack, so what I would probably do is tie my bowline a bit further down and then trim the end off that I don't need.